Sitting quietly, your eyes closed. We'll start our practice in a seated position. Let your breath be slow and relaxed. I invite you to visualize the lower half of your body as warm, moist, vital soil, and a white lotus flower blooming in the upper half of your body. Gazing deeply into the lotus blossom, what do you see? What message does your spirit have for you today? What is your intention? And bringing your hands to heart center. And opening your eyes, we'll move on our mat to hands and knees. Neutral spine. We'll warm up by doing cat-cow. Tucking your chin, raising your back to the sky, lifting your chin, raising your tailbone, moving with your breath. Exhale, tuck chin, inhale, tailbone up, raising chin. Exhale, moving with your own breath. And we'll do this several breath cycles. From here, widening your knees to the width of your mat, sinking your hips down, bringing your big toes together, touching, and walking your hands out and placing your forehead on the mat, coming into a nice, gentle child's pose. And I invite you to always return to child's pose if that is what is calling to you. Again, what is your intention for your practice today? We'll do a nice, gentle side stretch, walking our hands over to the left, and then walking them over to the right, get a side stretch on the left side. Coming back, hands and knees, and step our left foot forward, sinking the hip down, getting a nice hip stretch in a low lunge position. If it's available to you, you can place your hands on your knee or swing your arms up in front of you and raise your arms to the sky. And look at your hands or straight in front of you. And we'll shift our hips to the back of the mat over the ankle. Lifting the front toes, getting a nice gentle hamstring stretch. And we'll step to the other side, bringing our right leg forward, sinking the hips. And again, if it is available to you, you can move into a deeper body stretch, placing your hands on your knee, or swinging your arms up straight in front of you towards the sky. There's no right or wrong. Listen to your body. From here, sink your hips back, raising your front toes towards the sky, getting a nice gentle hamstring stretch in the back of the leg. The idea here is not to straighten your leg. Listen to your body. And coming back to hands and knees, walking your fingertips maybe a couple inches up, tucking your toes, and then raising your hips towards the sky. Your first downward dog. And walking out your legs. Again, the idea is not to reach your feet flat on the mat. And make sure your shoulders are tracking away from your ears. And getting a nice gentle back body stretch. float forward to plank pose. Resting down into child's pose once again. And coming back up to a downward dog. And then walking your feet up towards your hands and folding forward into a forward fold. Let yourself hang here. Strong legs. You can bend your legs, rest your belly on your legs. You can grab your elbows and just hang your neck and slowly come up to standing. Lifting your arms towards the sky for a position to chest. And then come to the long side of your mat and we'll move into willow tree. So gentle tapping with your hands as you twist your torso. Side to side, a very gentle torso movement, allowing your spine, your body to wake up very gently. And coming back to stillness. Stand tall, facing the long side of the mat, opening your palms to the long side of the mat, coming into mountain pose, engaging every single muscle. If it's available to you, you may raise your arms. I invite you to do that. You can keep them to your side as well, engaging every single muscle in your body, all the way up from your toes, all the way up to the tips of your fingers. Tucking the tail down, bringing your belly button in through the spine, moving into the sun salutation, raising your arms to the sky and swan diving your fingertips to the floor and then to your shins, looking up, straight back, fingertips to the floor, stepping your left foot back and then your right foot back into a plank pose, lowering to the mat and then pushing on your hands and up to downward dog. And then stepping to the top of your mat, allowing yourself to hang. And then straight legs, straight back, and then raise all the way up. Hands to the sky. We'll do that one more time. Hands to heart center, swan dive, fingertips to the mat, fingertips to legs, straight back, stepping right foot, then left foot, plank pose, lower to the mat, coming up to cobra, and then pushing yourself up to downward dog, and then stepping to the front of your mat, allowing yourself to hang. Fingertips to the shins, straight back, straight legs, then coming slowly up to standing. Arms to the sky, bringing yourself to heart center. Coming into the side of your mat, grounding into that right leg as you bring your left foot to the inside of your right leg. Hands at heart center in this nice, easy balance pose. Bringing your belly button to the back of your spine, finding strength. And if you'd like, I invite you to raise your arms to the sky and spread your branches for tree pose. Breathe. Inhale, release, and move to the other side, finding balance and grounding in that left foot on the ground as you raise your right foot to rest inside the left leg. Hands at heart center, raising your branches into full tree pose. Gazes soft. And then inhale, release. Coming to the top of your mat, standing. we will step our left foot back into wide lunge pose, sinking that right leg down deeply, raising our hands, swinging them up towards the front and bringing them up towards the sky. Breathe, tucking your tail, bring your belly button towards your spine, shoulders tracking away from your ears, and then release and step to the front of your mat. And step your right foot back into a wide stance. Think railroad tracks, keeping that right heel off from the mat. And keep your hands on your hips if you'd like, or you can do a deeper pose, swinging your arms in front of you towards the sky, keeping that left leg deeply bent. And again, the knee does not track over the toes. Inhale, and bringing your foot to the top of your mat. We'll step our left foot back again. We'll swivel it down so that it's flat on the mat and your hips are facing the wrong side of your mat. Raising your arms parallel to the mat, sinking that right leg down into a deep bend, and then gazing to the front hand, the middle finger and the front hand. And breathe. From here, resting your right elbow on your right leg, swinging that left arm in front of you up over into a diagonal, and your fingertips are in a straight line all the way down to the back foot. And then we'll do reverse warrior, placing our left fingertips on the back leg and raising that right arm towards the sky. Straighten your right leg and then counter lever your hips so that your right hand is resting on your right shin. And you can step your stance a little closer. You can also deepen this pose by lifting your left arm to the sky. Inhale to release, stepping towards the front of your mat. We'll do the other side, stepping your right foot back into a wide lunge, and then swiveling your foot down so your foot is completely on the mat. Deep bend in your front leg. Your left leg is deeply bent. Arms are parallel to the mat. Shoulders are tracking away from the ears, and you're gazing at the middle finger of your front hand. And from here, inhale and then swivel your arm down, your elbow down to your left knee, and swing that right arm in front of you so that your fingertips and the back foot are in a straight line. And this is more of a twisting pose, so opening up your heart and then bringing that right hand to your right thigh, your back leg, and then lifting your left arm to the sky, gaze at your hand. Straightening the front leg and maybe stepping your feet a little closer, and then cantilever your hips over so that your left fingertips are on your left leg, and then your right arm is towards the sky if that is available to you. Otherwise, you can place your hand on your hip. Coming up, inhale, stepping back up to the top of your mat. From here, we will come down to the mat completely, placing your entire front body on your mat, arms by your sides, and we'll raise our front body and our back body, everything off the mat into locust pose. Raising your hands and breathing here, very strong pose. Everything is engaged, and then release, placing your forehead on your hands. We'll do this one more time. Raising your legs off the mat, strong back, gazes down towards the mat, neutral neck. And your back is deeply engaged, your entire body. And then exhale your head on your hands. From here we will flip over onto our backs, placing your feet close to the back of your hips, bending your knees, and then raising your hips towards the sky. If it's available to you, you can clasp your hands behind your back as you raise your hips towards the sky. The other option is to bring your hands and arms over the top of your head. And then we'll flip over to the other side. Back to our belly, bringing our elbows under our shoulders, hands are flat in front of you, into Sphinx pose, into a gentle back bend. Allowing your back to relax. Your feet are relaxed. And from here, we'll flip back over to our backs. Crossing your right ankle over your left knee, and then threading your fingers through the back of your left leg, clasping your leg and bringing your knees towards your chest, keeping your feet engaged here. This is reclined pigeon pose. Deep hip stretch. Release your feet to the floor, crossing your left ankle over your right knee, threading your fingers behind your right knee, right leg, keeping those feet strongly engaged to protect your knee. And breathe. If it's available to you, you may also press with your elbow on that left knee, your left elbow on the left knee. Otherwise, you can stay here. Releasing the pose. And then from here, I invite you to do whatever pose that is calling to you. This is yogi's choice. You can windshield wiper your knees, as shown here. You can grab the bottoms of the outsides of your feet. Whatever's calling to you. And we'll settle into our final resting pose. And as you're ready, coming back to the present moment, coming to your side, resting your head on your arm, and pushing up to a seated position. hands to heart center. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you today. Namaste.